Let's now look at indices, and it will be the power of a power. So what I mean by that is, by example here, if I show you that I have x to the power of 4, and what I'll do is I'll put that whole thing there to the power of 3. Okay, so that's a power of a power. Okay, if I write that out in kind of longhand, what I would have is I've got x to the power of 4 times itself again. Okay, and using the multiplication law, what I could do is from there is I'd be adding the indices together. So what I would have is x would be 4 plus 4 plus 4, and what that should give me at the end will be x to the power of 12. Okay, but a more simplified way of doing that would be to take this first of all, and all I need to do is to remember that the power of a power rule would be x to the power of 4, and what I'd be doing is I'd be multiplying by the 3. And from there, what I should get is the same answer as I have up there, which would be x to the power of 12. So what that shows me is the other rule that we're going to have to remember. And what we have is, if I've got x to the power of a, which is a is any number, and I put that to the power of another number, which would be b, then what I could get from that is, simple way to work it out would be x to the power of a times b, or just in algebra, just x to the power of ab. Okay, so another one of the rules to remember. This one here. Let's look at a couple of other questions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to write 3 down for you to try. Freeze the video and try them, and I'll show you the solutions. Okay, here we go. We'll go for x to the power of 2 to the power of 3. I'll go for x to the power of minus 2, and I'll put that to the power of 4. And the last one that we'll do here will be x to the power of 4 to the power of minus 5. Okay, so if you can show me the answers to these, I'll then give you the solutions. So freeze the video now. Here's the solutions. So what I've got here is, remember, I'm going to use this rule here. So I'm going to go for x to the power of 2 times 3, and that gives me x to the power of 6. For this one here, I've got x to the power of minus 2. I'm going to multiply that by 4, so that should give me x to the power of minus 8. And this one here, I've got x to the power of 4 times minus 5, so that there should give me x to the power of minus 20. Okay. Right, I'm going to give you another two to try. So what we'll go for is, we'll go for a bracket. I'm going to have 4x cubed. I'm going to close that bracket and I'm going to square that, and I'm going to be looking for the answer to that one there. If you want to try it, pause the video and go ahead. I'll give you your answer in a second. Right, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to split these two things here, because they're two separate things. The 4, because it's like 4 times x to the power of 3. So what I'll do is I'll split that out to be 4, and I've got to square that separately. And what I'll do is I'll have the x to the power of 3, and what I've got to do is to square that separately. So from there, what I can do is I can work out the number side of things. So 4 squared is going to give me 16, and using the rule that we've just learned, that would be x to the power of 3 times 2, which would give me an answer of 16x to the power of 6. Let's look at another one similar again. I'll write it down. So we've got 2x cubed, and that's to the power of 4. I'll give you a second to try and work that through. And here's the answer. So we're going to split that again, so they're separates. So what I'll do is I'll have 2 to the power of 4. I'll have x cubed to the power of 4. So 2 to the power of 4 is the same as 2 times 2, which is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16. So that will give me an answer of 16 from there. And I'll have x to the power of 3 times 4, which gives me 16x to the power of 12. And that should be my answer to that. Hopefully this helps you out with indices when you're dealing with the power of a power. and next time we'll move on to fractional indices.